Welcome back, my friends, to TFT Hyperroll with Autarch, and in my continuing struggle to find you new and interesting videos, this one seemed like it would be a fun one, but it's going to take the wandering trainers to make it really happen. Usually when I see wandering trainers, people don't jump on it, so I was very surprised when most of the board went straight to it, and we ended up getting it. Now, wandering trainers is huge part luck and then one part just knowledge of the game. So when you have the right augments, and in this case, Superfan and Jazz together, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And I think Gary knew as well, as you will see in a moment. I'm looking at Caretaker's Alley, but I roll the other two just in case, but get Caretaker's Alley, and it decides, hey, it's gonna be Bard. A couple of things with Superfan. Number one, it does nothing at all until you have a headliner, but also having it on the Wandering Trainer is really good because it doesn't do anything for the champion that it's on. It's only really impacting the headliner. So having it on a Wandering Trainer is just about perfect. And exact same concept for Jazz. It doesn't do anything for the player. It is a team-wide trait. So having Superfan and Jazz on a Wandering Trainer, Sentinel's there as well, which will work great with Lilia just to bring her up a little bit. It's kind of the perfect trainer for this situation. My goal in my head is to end up with a Bard headliner, even though I'm going to get a gold 3-star Bard guaranteed because of Caretaker's Alley. I'm picking up Bard items with the concept of getting that Bard up to gold 3 stars as the headliner with the adaptive Helm that comes as part of Superfan. The other goal is to get as many traits as possible because we're going to be running Jazz. So we're going to want to pick up a Misfortune and Lucian later on if possible, but we want to just keep ticking traits so everyone gets a lot stronger. Now here's the thing. I want a Bard headliner. That's what I've decided I want, and I'm stubborn. So I'm going to grab Rolling for Days, and even though I'm guaranteed a gold Bard if I'm just patient, Rolling now is my best chance to get 2-cost headliners. Now, I've had some people in comments mention that they thought you could not get a headliner once you had multiple 2-star champs. That's only for 4s and 5s. If you get more than 4 of those units, I don't think it will give you a headliner. However, for 2 costs and 3 costs, yeah, you can still get the headliner, as you can see right there. And that headliner waiting for me is a Dazzler, which is going to tick another trait for me. Also, I'm pretty excited about how well this team is doing despite the fact that we don't have a headliner and are essentially ignoring one of our key traits, which is Superfan. We're going to take care of that as soon as we pick up Bard, and we could probably go to 2 3-star Bards in this game if it would let us roll more. We've now also picked up a Kaisa because that is going to tick 2 different roles. It's going to add KDA to the entire team and also Big Shot. So we're going to get a lot of work out of one champion to make this team a lot stronger. And we have momentarily pulled out Echo to put in Kaisa, and that's because we lose Echo, we lose 1 trait. We bring in Kaisa, we pick up 2 traits. And with Jazz, it's number of traits that count. It is time for the final set of augments, and what I'm really lacking in this game is actually items, so I go ahead and get the big grab bag, hoping for a sword because I want to put a Spear of Sojin as Bard's final item so he will cast a lot more often. Blue buff will not work as well for him. We've also picked up a Lulu to hold on to the bench because Hyper Pop will count for Jazz. The traits you get from legendaries like Wild Card or stuff like that, they don't count for Jazz. It's just going to be the regular traits from regular champs. And it is time for our final item component, and we're hoping big time here for a sword so we can create the Spear of Sojin on Bard, which combined with Rage Blade is going to allow him to cast a lot more often. And can we just talk about 7 Country for a few seconds and why I don't play it? This is a 7 Country team. That's the Gold Hecarim. Granted, the champions aren't that strong that are holding it up, but still, I feel like it should do better than 8th place, no matter what, once you've hit that reach trait. Time for an item choice, and we can grab the Giant Slayer for Misfortune. She's doing a lot of damage from that corner, but she's also providing critical magic resistance shred thanks to the static shiv. And anytime I see a gold 3-star Jinx, in this case also a gold 3-star Pantheon, and a gold 3-star Vi, I know there's going to be trouble, because this remains one of the strongest comps in the game. Like it or not, it has been since day one. And a couple of little swaps I want to bring your attention to and tell you why. We're bringing Ahri into the game because that's going to give us Spellweaver. But then we can go ahead, once we get a 2-star Ezreal, and take Kaisa out of the game because we no longer need her for KDA or for Big Shot. Ezreal will take Big Shot, and Ahri's ticking KDA. And we've already picked up Lucian for the final Jazz. As for items, what are 5 items I don't want any of, because none of them really help me here. Ultimately, we can go ahead and take the Adaptive Helm and put it on Ahri. It'll give her some additional AP and mana because she's still going to be in the back 2 rows. And again, back to something I said earlier, it was so key to get Superfan and Jazz on that Wandering Trainer, because it allowed the Wandering Trainer to serve its purpose, filling out traits that otherwise aren't useful, which gave Ezreal the ability to be powerful and help carry us into the top 4 with an item choice to make. Again, nothing really exciting in this, so we can go ahead and just grab Redemption and put it on one of our tanks. And you may be wondering why I held on to so many bards for so long. It was because up until this point there were other teams going for bard, and the more I held, the harder it would be for anyone else to compete with a 3-star bard. So yeah, a little bit of a dirty rotten stinker there, but get you to the end. Guess that justifies it, right? And it is time for our final 2 item choices of the game, and we're really looking for Lucian items because he's now in the game as the 4th Jazz player. As you can see, our trait list is quite full, so we are getting a lot of extra power out of these champs. 2-star Lucian now, we can go give him a Rage Blade along with the Last Whisperer, and then stick him in the corner where his ult can do the most damage. And we run into the Fullon Punk team, and when I say Fullon Punk, I mean all 4 punks are gold 3 stars. They also had a punk emblem on their trainer. The difference with a punk emblem on a trainer is that it's going to enhance attack damage, which is something the trainer doesn't do. So they're relying on the punk champions, but in this case, our group is going to be stronger because they're higher level champs. Now, if you're paying attention, you will have noticed that they've now dumped their Jinx as they are looking to go to a gold 3-star Alawi. They have an Alawi headliner out on the board and another couple on the bench. So the big danger from them is if they can hit the gold 3-star Alawi, the only chance I have is to hit the gold 3-star Lucian. Now, I had to dump the extra Lucians I had picked up so that I could get a headliner and then keep an eye on them to see if they get to that gold 3-star Alawi. If they do, we lose this round and then go for broke on Lucian, but they were short 1 Alawi. And that means we're going to win this fight, and it's GG for everyone. But that would have been a really fun fight to see had it happened. Hope you enjoyed this video. A Wandering Trainer, yeah, it's a lot of fun because it can just go wild. And as always, have an absolutely awesome day.